Hello and welcome here to Kildarby, Borrisokane, North Tipperary. My name is Owen Cleary. I'm married to Orla and I have two girls, Síomha and Aibhleann. We're farming here about 80 cows and 65 acres. We're farming liquid milk. We have a few at the back end of the year. We have a liquid contract and we're trying pushing yields here a bit. And I left school at 16 and I done my green cert and I done 3 months placement in a place called Upper Church with Pat and Margaret Buckley and family, where I really enjoyed and I learned a lot about farming. I was thinking last night about minerals. The first I can remember about minerals and this kind of a thing, and just 25 years ago we were getting in calves to test one day, and my wife, who wasn't my wife at the time, said there was a reddish tinge in the calves, and I says the best thing to do now is ask Robert and Betty when they come. So she did, and advised her to use copper. And we are in a high molybdenum area here in Borrisokane, so to tell us anyway, and copper is vital. Got used to using copper then, and then Noel came about 9 or 10 years ago, and we're using his product since, and we find it a big advantage here. It's very easy to use. Fertility is very important, but if a cow does slip and she's a good cow, she milks on, that's a great thing too for us. We find it very important, and we'll be very tuned into milk recording. So we're trying to keep our cows as healthy as we can. I find minerals are a very important part. They're there 24 hours a day, and the timid one then, if you had them in a shed and feed space a bit tight, you have the feed space. And I just find if you could give them minerals and keep them healthy with immune systems and that. We use 4 blocks here really, and you'll be kind of available to most of the time. We're happy with what we have, and the timid cow gets them. That's why I find the timid cow might be the one that I get them, and they're the one that needs it. That's my opinion.
In preparation for the show, we have to feed our calves a certain diet. So we feed them hay, beet pulp, and they have access to mineral blocks all the time. And the mineral blocks give them a silkier, shinier coat.
What I like about showing is that you can go into a group because we're with the Síomha group, and that you can meet loads of friends. And I love going to the shows, but it's always a really early rise.
So we're dealing with this company the most of 10 years now, and we're dealing with Noel there, and Noel comes and we do our chat and see what the problems are or not, and it's very efficient, the service, and they come with the blocks, and blocks are about 15 kilos. They're handy enough to lift. There's a little plastic handle on them. It is very handy, and we mount them up on a pillar usually, and the blocks are, if you have them in a truck up off the ground, and they're cleaner. Yeah, our programme for minerals in the farm, we try to keep it as simple as possible. After drying off, we give them Lunia pre-calver. We find that's very important because you're basically trying to give minerals to 2 animals, the cow and the calf. So straight after calving then we go in with Lunia Phos, lick away, and that's very good for fertility and building them back up again. The phosphorus block is very palatable. It's seaweed extract, and it helps keep the stomach and the rumen right and working after calving. It fights off a lot of problems with abdomation problems we find, and with roughage it works very well. Cow can be a bit down at that time of the year, and intakes can be down, but they're inclined to go for the mineral. It is very palatable. Also after calving, we go in with a Setia copper block. We find it very good for their coat, and it gives them a nice deep colour. It's also good for their immune system. We're in a very high molybdenum area here in Borrisokane and the surrounding areas, and it has always been an issue. Copper blocks always worked. Boluses and that is one thing, but to give a bolus to last for 3 months, I'd have fear that it'd last. Where the copper, they can go for themselves, and the one that wants it the most might take in that little bit extra. We just find it's working, and we're very happy. It works in conjunction with the other block. We give them the zinc block, and we find it hardens the feet inside and outside. In the shed, they're standing on concrete all the time, and outside when they're walking the roadways, little pebbles and that can bruise the feet, and we find it very helpful. And zinc is working, definitely working. We have a lot less lameness. Yeah, with regards to the bit of showing we do, we'd have a few cattle in, calves for the girls, and maybe an in-calf heifer or so, and we give them a Lunia high phos ad lib in the truck the whole time, and we give them the Setia zinc and copper actually as well, and we find it just gives them a bit of a pep in their step. It is very important to have them looking well at their coat. It helps to keep a shine from them. It's nice to have the shine coming from within as well and keep them healthy, because it's one thing to have a show calf and have them looking well, but there's another thing for them to develop internally and externally, to have them long term for a cow. That's my main aim. That's what I want them for.